Hello everyone, this is Denise the Dennis D Nice, aka Denny in Virginia, aka the Doors professional and professional voice actor. And today I wanted to do not a review, but I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a lesson that I recently had by getting this free Yappy bracelet that I got from my mother. She had gotten it, she gifted it to both me and my sister. So basically, when I first got this, it was in a little container or a little plastic see-through bag, and I was like, what in the world is that? I mean, like, I like the little bird because I like weird stuff. So my mom was like, of course my daughters will like it, they're weird. So I like the little bird, and I was like, okay, well, I guess it got a cool bird bracelet or whatever. Okay. And then I scanned the little instructions. I was like, why do I have to scan something? It's a bracelet with a bird on it. That's all it is. And so I scanned the instructions, and it turns out that this is actually a verse of the day. So this one has the Jesus fish on it, but I did not know these existed until my mother gifted it to me for free. And yeah, at first I was disappointed because I was like, I mean, like, I guess I have a bracelet now, so whatever. I have a bracelet, no big whoop. Verse of the day, that's not really a big deal. I get that on the Bible app anyway. So basically you just tap it and you get a verse of the day. And so initially I was just very disappointed. I was like, I guess I'm happy that I have a weird quirky bird bracelet. That's something, I guess. And then I went to give my sister hers, right? And then she tapped hers, and she got a different verse of the day, right? And I was like, wait a second, we don't all get the same verse of the day? And so we both tapped each other's, and it turns out you don't get the exact same verse of the day as the next person. And so that bumped it up to a whole nother level of, wait, what does that mean? What? We're not all on the same level. We're not all on the same track. We're not all on the same path. And so on top of the excitement of knowing that, wait a second, we don't get the same verse of the day. We're not on the same path. We're not the same person each and every single day. On top of that excitement, the fact that she had it, we were just like, we kept like putting our bracelet hands together like we were the Power Rangers or something. And so the lesson that I learned here was that there was a reason why God didn't want man to be alone. There's a reason why we need people. There's a reason why we need community, because this by itself is just a silly bracelet. To be perfectly honest, by itself, it's one of those like just a silly bracelet. That's it. With a verse of the day, which is like, I can get that on my Bible app. But the second I shared it with somebody else and we had that bond, we had that shared thing, and then we realized this could also be a good conversation starter, because if you see somebody else with it, you'd be like, oh snap, you're a believer too. Oh, and then you could all put your hands in the middle like the daggone Power Rangers, and you all feel part of a group, and you're all together, and then you can exchange to see what each other's verse of the day is, and then it just creates such a conversation. It could create a potential new relationship. It could create new friendships. Such a good conversation starter. And I was like, wow, like really learned a lesson there, in that God really did not make us to be alone. And so I was like, this is so boring and dull. It's just a dumb little bracelet when it was just me who had it. But the second another person got it, the second we realized that this can actually be a conversation starter, the second you introduce another person into it, it became a whole other thing, a whole level of excitement, a whole just a feeling of camaraderie that you can like identify fellow believers, people who share your beliefs, and then you can just start a conversation like genuinely by just tapping each other's thing to see what each other's verse of the day is, and it'll all be different. And so you can be like, oh, I wonder why my verse of the day was like this today, and you can just like start a whole conversation based off of that. And so it's just like, guys, God really didn't want us to be alone. And so when you think about things based upon like you're doing it solo, you're by yourself, you're isolated, it's boring, it's dull, and it's just a stupid bracelet. But the second you realize that other people share this same thing, I'm not just talking about the bracelet, this is a metaphor, but the second you realize that other people share the same thing, in that camaraderie, in that community, you're instantly just like, your mood goes from here to up here. And you're just like, wow, I thought it was a stupid bracelet, but actually it is a conversation starter. It is a community builder. It is a camaraderie builder. It's just like, just gaining the brotherhood of the bracelets, like the brotherhood of the bird bracelets. And you're just like, the what? I just bonded over somebody because we shared a stupid bird on a bracelet and a verse of the day. What? And now we can talk to each other, and we didn't have that jumping point unless we all had this and we put our hands in, and we're the Power Rangers. We're the faith bird Power Rangers. And it's just that just pure excitement of having something that's just shared belief with other people, and you can talk about it and you can just enjoy it together. And so it goes from like a stupid bird bracelet to like, oh my gosh, we're all faith Power Rangers, faith bird Power Rangers, put your arms in, and faith bird Power Rangers unite. I just thought it was just the cutest thing, and just like such a good lesson in that. In life, a lot of times we are trying to do all this stuff by ourselves, and so it's not exciting. You feel like you're not getting anywhere. It feels stupid, to be honest. And then the second you get other people into it, the second you get a community into it, the second we're all on the same page and we're talking about it, and we're all believers and we're all working towards this one thing, or we're all talking about our experiences together, and you're getting other people on, jumping into the community, it just like becomes a whole other thing. And you're just like, it's no longer just hard to work it. It's no longer, well, it's not that it's no longer hard to work it. It's just that because you're not by yourself, you finally have people to bounce ideas off of. You have someone to help motivate you when you're feeling down. You know, you have someone else to pray with. You have someone else to work with. You have someone else to talk with. And it's just like, it just makes such a difference between being solo, going from being solo and operating by yourself, to operating with a group, operating with a community, finding someone else to bond with, talking about it with somebody else, forming that genuine relationship with other people. And so that is the revelation I had with this stupid Yappy Bird bracelet. Not a sponsor, but definitely a conversation starter. So I hope you guys enjoyed this not review of the Yappy bracelets. I don't know, I won't put a link anywhere, but I just thought that this was just such a cute thing that now I can bond with other people over. If I see a little bird on a bracelet, and boom, instantly we're probably going to be friends. And so it went from such a stupid idea to such an exciting idea just by adding people to the mix. And so community is so important. Having other people around you is just so important. Having that camaraderie is so important, guys. So find your people and connect with them and talk with them and check in on them, and like just reciprocate those feelings, those conversations, those checking in on them with each other, and just form that camaraderie, because you'll just go so much further, so much faster. And so that was my revelation today with this Yappy Bird bracelet. But yeah. Let me know if you are operating solo right now, and if you're trying to find your tribe, if you're trying to find other people who are like-minded, who are on the same path as you. Let me know if you think that you're going to find them soon, because I believe you will, because I believe I will, because I'm on that path right now of I've been operating solo for so long that I know I need to start inviting people into what it is that I am building, because it is far too grand for me to be able to do by myself. And so I am looking forward to actually just forming that camaraderie, that genuine camaraderie with others, so that we can just move towards this vision together, and it'll be so much faster, so much better. And I'll finally like be able to breathe and be able to vent and be able to have a good conversation with other people about what's happening right now, about where we're going with this vision. And I cannot wait. So I pray today that you find your tribe. I pray that you start operating as a group, finding other people, like-minded individuals, finding other believers who you can talk about your problems with, who you can talk about your trials and tribulations, who you can talk about your wins with, who you can talk about faith with, who you can talk about God with, who you can talk about Jesus with, who you can read the Bible with. Finding people who you can talk about your goals and your aspirations and your vision and what God told you to do with, and just form that camaraderie, that group, so that you can just move so much faster and feel so much better, to be honest. It just immediately like lifted a weight off of me, going from stupid bracelet by myself, okay, I guess it's okay, to like, oh my gosh, now I have people that I can join in, and just we'll have a verse of the day, and we'll have that joint feeling of like, what's your verse of the day? What's your verse of the day? Oh my God, you're a believer. Oh my gosh, you got the Yappy fish, the Yappy bird. And like, I'm just like, lights off. I'm just happy. So I digress. I went on to, I yappy birded too much. And so I digress. I'm done. But I hope you find your tribe. I hope you start finding your people. And I hope you realize that God did not make us to be alone. We need other people. And it's just like, it's really just a lovely thing. So stop flying solo all the time and start trying to find your tribe. Okay. But you have to put in the effort as well. You can't just expect everyone to come to you. And so if it helps, get a bracelet. I don't know. Tag your people with a bracelet. But yeah, that's what I learned today. And I am very excited to have shared it with you. And I hope you enjoyed it as well. And I hope you do find your tribe. Or at least you start trying to find your tribe. But until next time, that's all I really have to say. And so all I gotta say is goodbye.